All right, so this the open Q&A, Chiefing with the Chief. Coming back, follow up to not a predator, I'm an apex predator preying on other predators. Similar to DOC, but no one can do it better. Right? So, I'm gonna see if it'll let's let's show the shark is a totem animal. It's a aquatic predatory fish like animal, and it got to stay on the go. That's the nature of the shark. Study the shark to know what the dream mean. Yeah, I was trying to take callers on this one, but it's not letting nobody come in. Yeah, when you drop as much receipts as I do, they people tend to not like you very much. Cardinal carry ancestral messages over the crossroads. When you see Cardinal, can y'all hear me? Because somebody just tried to call in and sometimes it fuck with the live. Yeah, some of y'all saying y'all requested to come into the live in the comments. And it's just, I don't know if it's not sending y'all the okay to come in or what. It's just not coming in. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna have to go with the comments section because I really don't have nothing to say. I said all I had to say on the receipt drop. Opioid addiction is treated through a shamanic guided ibogaine ceremony where it permanently eliminates the um, cellular craving for the substance and you just be done with it. I don't know. It won't let nobody come in. Yeah. So this is a Steve Coakley knock on the secret societies unmasked on a unveiling of a fraud in real time. So when you learn how to read their language, they can't deceive you with their BS. Yeah, y'all keep requesting to come in, but it ain't letting nobody come in. 19 is a sacred seal. It's a Islamic knot off of a Shriners lodge. The ancient Arabic order, the nobles of the mystic shrine. The seal is 19. Right. It's the alpha meets the omega. The beginning comes to an end, all in one flip. It ain't letting nobody come in. That's what's up. Muskogees in Virginia. Look, we had a lot of these tribal names was given to us by settlers. Like the name Cherokee is not an actual original tribal name, but what we call a catch tribe. All of the ones whose birthright was being stolen and those who were stealing it was grouped together under the category of the Cherokee, which is the cherry tree, which is the heiress, which is the earthright, right? So all of it is deception and fraud, but we don't know it because we going along to get along. Yep. I had did some stuff on the number 19 already. And the MGT GCC was given a dress 19 that was designed by Mother Tanetta Muhammad because it would be the dress garb of the sisters that would be invited to be the closest to Mother Khadijah in the ceremony of raising the matriarch, because it's a ceremony that come with that. And so that ceremony come when all our shit start turning around. So their old system collapsed, then our system come online. We got to get rid of their system before our system activates. We can't activate our system in the middle of their system. You can't have two systems simultaneously running. And this is why in the interim, you need the continuity of government, which is a plan to execute the exchange of power from the legal fiction to the rightful heirs and owners. And this is what's been going on over the last 2.5, 3 years, is that it's been a shuffling behind the scenes of restructuring government. Like for instance, I talked about this before, but the VA is going to be surrendered to, or the funding for VA is going to be transferred to the Wounded Warrior Project for all of those people that was in the military. And it's going to be more expansive in their abilities to aid and assist the veterans who fought in the wars that this animal sent us to war in. So you got all these people coming back with limbs missing. They need a whole life cut out. You can't just give them a check and tell them, go ahead on your merry way. You got to cut their life out. You fucked them up. You got to be responsible to take care of them in proper fashion. This is why we don't believe in sharing the wealth. I believe in sharing the wealth. I don't believe in hoarding. I'm a hoarder, but I don't believe in hoarding the wealth. I hoard books. I hoard knowledge. You know, that's what I hoard. I got books everywhere. I got probably more books in this house than most people got in their personal libraries. And I'm telling you, like, I got books, and most of them I've read. Um, I've lost a lot of books from the transitional phase and certain conditions. A lot of books got damaged um, beyond usage, so I had to discard a lot of books. And but as other than that, oh no, we're not finna be sitting here because we feel like we entitled to something, and we gonna keep this shit to ourselves. We ain't gonna share the wealth. The fuck out of here. Yeah. So there is, if you go back to Hannibal's war, you see Hannibal kept a group of priests with him whose job it was to work with the soldiers after the battles to normalize their energy so that they can not have the 1,000-yard stare of a World War II veteran, shell shock of the Koreans, or post-traumatic stress disorder for Vietnam and the Gulf War veterans. All of those things are treatable with the right understanding of the mechanics of the brain and the mind. The interaction between the soldier who go to battle and see the atrocities and how to balance him back into the society. It's a process that they never send the boys through the process. They throw them back into the society and they come back home fighting a war that's over with, but in their head, they still at war. And That's just like we naturally form the tribes. The tribes gonna naturally, the braves, the soldiers of the tribes gonna naturally become a cohesive unit. They never told y'all gangs was tribes, but y'all never looked it up to find out what they mean when they say gang. But a gang is a tribe. They call them a gang so they can demonize the term, so that it demonize the people that they tag with the term, and y'all fall for it. Right? So, um, yeah, VL, Almighty Vice Lord Nation. Yep. Yeah. A lot of people feel entitled and feel like it's still some, even if you owed something, sometimes you have to get up off your ass and go across town and get what you owe. You have to do something. That's right, GD 74 215 19 up in this motherfucker. Yep. All of those tribes. Look, I'm gonna show y'all. See, I like to drop receipts on motherfuckers because they be thinking Rod don't know what he talking about. So when I go to Google, type in gang. I got some KKK receipts to drop too. It won't even let me flip my camera. So right here we got the word gang, right? The first meaning group, such as a group of persons working to unlawful or antisocial ends, especially being an antisocial adolescents. B, a group of persons working together. 2, a group of persons having informal and usually close social relations. That's a tribe. 3, a set of articles or outfit. B, a combination of similar implements and devices. Right? Um, so anytime a group of people can let me see this. I got a better one. Now, this say tribe versus gang. What is the difference? The fact that they have to, that's a common question. Let's see what they say. It say, as nouns, the difference between tribe and gang is that tribe is socially, ethnically, and politically cohesive group of people, while gang is a going journey, a course, path, track. As verbs, the difference between tribe and gang is the tribe is to distribute into tribes or classes, to categorize, while gang is to go, walk, proceed. So the only difference is the context in which they used, right? So they villainize the term. And then they tell y'all that the gang they don't belong here. The law of nature say that all tribes is going to naturally draw back together no matter what you do. It's in the DNA. We still happen to be the close of the age. No, I haven't had a chance to study John Keeley. I'm not sure it is. Oh, no, I'm not familiar with him. I've seen one of his books because I be trying to see everything that has something to do with monkey. He got one called Monkey's Paw. I think I've seen that. Um, but no, I'm not familiar with it with the rest of his works. I don't even think I knew that that was the author of the book when I seen the cover before. Yeah. So, yeah, Asherah is a variation of Ashtar. In different cultures, certain letters that wasn't commonly expressed in the linguistics, like a lot of the click languages have sounds that's not part of non-click languages, but the people that speak them know what they mean. Yep. The a couple people sent me uh pictures of the red star that they found in the sky. Um, yep. And that's scared equals sacred. That's why they use fear to keep everything they want to empower you. They use fear to keep you from studying it. Because no matter how dark or how light it is, if you understand how it works, you can use it to liberate yourself. I've been trying to take people in. It's not letting y'all in. I got 4 people lined up that I asked to come in, and then nobody came in. I'm take these out, and then we'll try to add some more. Sooner or later, it might let somebody in here if I keep trying, huh? You got to go back, Buddha Omnipresence, and watch the other video I just got done doing, because you came in and asked the questions that I addressed in the last video. So I already dealt with that. When you be flying in your dreams, because it's showing you that it's all mental, right? And the awareness, you're not dreaming if you're flying in it. If you're flying in it, you're in the astrals, right? You got to learn how to be able to think in the dream. So while you flying, you have to determine where you want to go in your mind's eye, and it'll project you there, and you'll zoom there. That's that scene in the Matrix when Trinity got shot and Neo was flying at damn near the speed of light trying to get to her to save her, right? So it's the same thing, but it's astral, which is navigating the different level of the matrix in order to get the information you're going to get. So you learn that, and by giving yourself mantras to go, when you get in that state, you condition yourself. Smoking is a cyclic. You have to be able to control it in order for it not to have control over you. So you got to be able to quit when you want to and smoke when you want to. A lot of people going to be doing more flying in their dreams because you start to wake up in this simulator that we in. We all starting to wake up. As we wake up, our dreams reflect that by showing us doing stuff like flying, walking on water, breathing underwater, all of those kinds of things. In your zodiac sign, I tell you what you most likely to experience under those conditions. Yeah, the video I just got done ending because there wasn't nobody in before I started this one. That was the coup de grace to the Scottish Rite, to the House of Stuart, the Tudors, who masqueraded as the people over here. They don't belong over here. They not us. I told you they look like us, but they not us. And every motherfucker that look like us ain't us. A lot of these people doing stuff and they don't want you to know the dirt they doing, and they hiding right next to us, trying to get us off the path. We the ones they want to go astray. So June 1st is the banking deadline. There's a couple more things going on in June as well. Yeah. Well, shit. A lot of the food that we eat now, it don't have the right flavor. Like we think we eating chocolate. That shit that's that's the byproduct of the real chocolate tastes so goddamn good that you probably wouldn't even like the stuff we call chocolate no more. Same with beer. Like all of these old fancy beers don't taste better than that shit they was brewing 5,000 years ago. Back then, beer was sweeter and it was a more aromatic scent to it. Coffee even different. So I remember the taste of this stuff. So I be like fucked up when I be eating certain shit and it don't taste like it's supposed to taste, and I know the difference. So when you seeing right now, you looking for red iron oxide. It's been coming in what we call cloud bursts, which is like a single cloud. So it'll cover the sky in China one day, then you won't see it for 6, 7 months, then it'll cover the sky um in California, then you won't see it. Then it's cover the sky somewhere else. That's just cloud spatter of the red iron oxide. But when it comes in and the whole sky red everywhere, that's when that's when it's like close as it can possibly get. But this time the trajectory is switched, so it doesn't pull us off our axis this time. Energetically, the axis will flip, but literally, physically, it won't be a axis flip. It'll be an energetic flip. hmm Yeah, well, they're using a lot of chemicals in the food. This is why food in the city don't taste like food in the country. Right? We go buy chicken and whatever we buy from the store, grocery store, go cook it at home. It'd be good. But when we go down south to our auntie house or our big mama house or our grandmama house or our uncle house, and they cooking what they getting out the field, that's a whole different. It's a whole different taste than the food. Fresh food is way different than food that's being kept from spoiling with chemical preservatives. Those preservatives is the actual cause of 98% of the health problems we have, not the shit we eating, including the pork. Pork not good for you, right? But pork, some clans have adjusted to eating the wild boar. especially down in Arkansas where they used to have razorback hunting parties for a long time. That's why they in Mississippi they got what they call a Catahoula hound, and they used to be dogs that was catch dogs. A catch dog is a dog that they use to grab the boar and hold it until the hunter get up on it to kill it. And they normally send like 4-5 hounds and a catch dog. And the catch dog have on thick leather like a war dog. And that's where all of those things go all the way back to the war dogs of Rome, and war dogs of Assyria, and war dogs of Africa, and war dogs of India. The dog men had whole contingents of dogs. I mean, one guy can control 50 dogs by controlling the leader of their pack, right? So we don't know nothing about the ancient dog trainers, but yeah, the Dogo Argentino was bred by Argentinian men trying to replicate an ancient breed that used to be there, that he knew about, and so he started doing a breeding program and them some bad mofos. Oh, them was the royal families. The royal families in Europe was the only ones who could afford wine because they kept everybody else poor. That's the same thing they try to do to us. Canton, Mississippi, that's my daddy hometown. The collective conscious depressed everywhere. Somebody had to be the spark. Somebody had to stick their fingers in the culture and make them start waking up, right? They're gonna have to wait for the shock and awe if they don't wake up soon. And the shock and awe, they're gonna be able to move. They're gonna be wondering why they ain't got no money. Cause everybody think that money's so goddamn important until they ain't got it no more. They gonna learn how to barter and trade. Well, I don't know if they created all whiskey in Louisville, but the different forms of distilled liquor from this land, primarily corn liquor, right? Because corn was from over here. So where you see corn overseas somewhere, that means that they had an American influence. You remind me of Life Lessons by Caden. You gonna both have black eyes and rainy days, and I'm good with that. I'm landing out life lessons. The Bohemians, or those from Bahamas, have a very rich culture, and all of the islands used to be our resorts. We used to go and visit those places. And when we visit those places, everybody came bearing gifts for the local big mamas. And they don't do that no more. They're not honoring the culture, which is making the culture rebel against the people. And the culture uses us to rebel against other people. We the immune system of the planet. We the the antibodies, right? We the ones that got to clean up the bullshit, and that's what we doing, you know. So, um, when the new system come online, I don't think we're gonna even need passports. We might have some countries might require you to have a physical, make sure you're not carrying an infectious disease, but other than that, I don't think we're gonna have passports. We might have an international driver's license, which will require you to learn how to drive on both the left and right sides of the road, because in foreign places they drive on the opposite side of the road, and a lot of us will find it difficult to adjust to that driving from the passenger seat. But to them, it's normal. No, I just got done smoking the blunt and drinking some THC THC aloe vera mix. I'm high as a Russian satellite. Um, um, I don't know if I'm gonna do live with Chief Warhorse unless I go down to her studio because she want to build up her platform so she can get y'all these receipts, which is more important than me doing the live with her. Is for y'all to go over there and see those receipts that she putting out about the maps, the treaties, all that shit. Because you can see, you need to see. She gonna explain to you the same thing I did, how they basically paper genocided us on the Trail of Tears. But because she had been doing the work, I had to make mention so that the people that be listening to what I be saying see other people that's doing similar work. So I sent them to the people that's doing the work. It's a sister I need to find. She's a Moorish sister, and she been teaching civics, and she can explain the entire layout of the fraud, but she doesn't know how to use it to her advantage, apparently, because they tried to um, charge her with some bullshit court. So she says she was going there to test their jurisdiction, but I haven't heard of anything from her since. And I'm wondering if they ain't kidnapped the sister or something. Cause she not the type that be quiet unless she got a reason to be quiet. She need a reason to be quiet, like she need a reason to talk. And she had a valid reason to talk, so the only way she'll shut up is two reasons. Somebody interfered, or she fell back because she had did what she needed to get done. So the whole fraud, she can just explain the entire judicial system and how it's wrong on the land. But that's because it's an admiralty system for enforcing the high crimes and misdemeanors of the high seas. It has nothing to do with the law of the land. The law of the land is what we call matriarchal orders. The admiralty law is patriarchal because the captains of the ships was normally men, and they normally had a cast full of men, so they was under a patriarchal designation as the vicarious kings of the sea, and they call them Vikings or Via Kings. And then you have those who was from other ships. Then you have a standard ranking system that we call a naval ranking system. The naval ranking system, yep, that's her. Renita Valera Elbay. I think her name was Renita or something like that. They tried to. They said she used a bad credit card and rented a car for 3 years on a bad credit card. The thing that stuck out to me is you're not gonna get a car with a bad credit card out the gate. The car got to come back valid in order for you to leave with them people's stuff. So that's the first thing that stuck out to me. Yes, I know who Russell J. Gould is. He a code flipper. He a CIA code flipper. Yeah. So the fifth dimensional chess game is played in higher dimensional format, and you got different games in fifth dimensional chess. This is just the banking game we playing now by dealing with the inherited birthright to inherit the wealth on the motherland that was usurped by the tutors of the royal families of Europe, the black nobility, as the conquistadors when they was with Spain. They had different names when they was with the French. You gotta remember, they all worked together. The French, the English, the Dutch, the Portuguese, and the Spanish, and the Italians. The Italians is two types of Italians. And if you notice, they'll call some Sicilian, and then they'll call some of them Neapolitan. All of those got reasons. Y'all could do your research to find out why it is. But certain ones, the ones who weren't classified as Neapolitans, when they got over here, they was called niggas. And that's what they was called. And they said they was less than animals and all that shit. But the ones they call Neapolitan, now these are the ones who make up your upper echelon or upper Italian area where they come from. And they supposed to be under the rule of Napoleon. So the French lost, so they sold the protectorate agreement for the Louisiana territory to the English. When they did that, they built Georgia to put a buffer zone between the warring tribes and the French, where the French got ran out of the Americas. They lost two major conflicts that ended they war journey over here. They lost to Chief Pontiac at Fort Detroit, but they'll tell you they didn't. But if you study Bloody Run, Chief Pontiac, and you read some of the old texts from closer to the time frame, they tell you about the mythical wolves that came out of the dark on Belle Island and sacked the Fort Detroit from the rear when Chief Pontiac came across the bridge from the front. So they don't tell y'all the whole story on our victories, but all of our losses are exaggerated and embellished to make us look like that they just came over here and found some savages that didn't know nothing about warfare. We knew about warfare, but we didn't fight war among ourselves because we taught peace among the tribes, right? But when the foreigners came, they started taking over tribes by taking a leadership position and compelling people to attack people for no apparent reason, right? They came as the vampires and we were as the werewolves. They call us Lycan because we look like kin, but we ain't kin. That's why we just like kin. So they vampires, we werewolves, right? So yeah, that whole term turncoat, that come from when with us, they wear one coat. When they with them, they wear another coat. Yeah. So when they talk about the Confederate Great Army, those were the white coats who got dirty. All this shit is ridiculous. All right. Yeah. Well, a lot of us fought, like we don't know that in the beginning, almost all of the Klan was melanated like me. They called them the Black Hand down south. And then they were duplicated in Europe. See, every time we came up with something to identify the enemy over here, they duplicated it in Europe. And then when they tried to usurp a family over here, if we have a girl named Cheryl, they'll have a son named Shirley, right? And then they'll change their last name. If our name is Ginther, they'll change their last name to Gunther. So Shirley Gunther is really an imposter coming to steal Shirley Ginther's birthright. And by trying to insert a patriarch in the matriarchal seat, that's why we say it's drag queens running rogue across the land, because they rogue because they rouge. And rouge is the red. And that's the Moulin Rouge off of a French invasion. And the Moulin Rouge led to the Rouge River, and the Rouge River is the Red River. And the Rouge River is in Detroit, and Detroit means straight. So all these things is masonically coded to mislead us and drive us off the trail, right? So stick to the guns. We're just trying to educate people. I'm just sitting there dropping free information. And then people will attack me. That tell you the quality and character that they deal with, because they don't attack the receipts. They attack the individual dropping the receipts. Well, I'm in a fucking room. Almost all of my lives is in this room. You could look around, you could see the same aesthetics. Every now and then I do one in the basement. I used to do them in the basement in the beginning, right? Now I do them in my room. And most of y'all don't know, but I stay in this motherfucker damn near all day, every day. This is called the Cave of the Ancients, where if you study, just go on Google and say, why do priests stay stuck in the cave? You can't do this work and be out there fucking around, dicking around with dumb people. Fuck around and get took out the mission before the coup de grace, right? Yeah, Detroit's significant. That's why Noble Drew Ali and Elijah Muhammad set camps up there. And Marcus Garvey had a UNIA division there. They knew what they was doing. But a lot of us, we don't pay attention to who telling us the information. Remember, a dog to carry a bone to bring a bone. Dog will bring a bone to carry a bone. They come tell you some bullshit. They gonna go tell a motherfucker some bullshit about you. Right? But ain't nobody gonna deal with no receipts, though. Ain't nobody gonna deal with no accurate information. Come fucking with me. I'm gonna put some accurate information out on your ass. You gonna put some speculation out. But motherfuckers can't read how to, like R. Kelly. Everybody think he a pedophile, but he ain't in there for pedophilia. He in there for racketeering. That don't even make sense to me. Right? Then Bill Cosby case, all of the girls that was reading the script on the panel, but didn't nobody notice it. Any forensic profiler picked that shit apart in 30 seconds. But the average person never studied forensic profiling. Nobody don't have time for that shit. I'm the only motherfucker that was stupid enough to make time to study forensic profiling just because I wanted to know how it worked. What's the mechanics of that shit? Personality traits and disposition of people. Learning how to read characters on a higher level than the average Joe. If you're going to be the motherfucking king, the chief, if you're going to be the dog in the front of the goddamn race, right? If you're going to win the identity ad, you at least need to be the most prepared dog in the race. You don't got to be the biggest dog. You don't got to be the baddest dog. But you definitely sure got to be the most prepared. You got to be more prepared to win than everybody else is prepared to lose. Because when they lose, it's going to be toxic to their soul. Because they realize when you try to cross the righteous, that shit come back to bite you in your ass. You keep poking a mean dog with a sharp stick and you wonder how your ass get bit. Don't keep running up on no motherfucking gorilla cage, shaking the goddamn cage. He might rip the bars off and snatch a hole in your ass. Don't do that to people. You need to know who you be dealing with. Sometimes being a priest is by birthright. You're a natural priest by nature. And others are fascinated by the priesthood and they join it on their own accord. Look, I ain't even on the tack. That's the crazy part. I ain't even on the tack. This shit means so little to me that in my give a fuck meter is not even moving. I could have sit here and did 2 hours of receipt dropping. Explaining knockarounds from the motherfucking Alexa K. Tyler knock to the ISIS Wisdom fraud bitch to Laura London to Nipsey Hussle. I could have did all of that code flipping. For what? They lost. They lost. That's all. They lost. They ass over with. It's done. They lost. We know they came from Europe and we know we came from here. We know that they told us slavery was here coming from Africa so that they can replace us by telling us we not from this land and I'm walking around Mississippi clay dirt in human form. Make that shit make sense to me. Right? So guillotine they motherfucking ass as far as I care. I had no mercy for the invaders. On the galactic chessboard, they took up the position of white. White is the ones who initiate the attack. They came from Europe. The archbishop degree was held by the Pope, right? The royal degree of the queen was held by Elizabeth, where she was a cat's paw, while the real queen here in Switzerland, and with her king. And the king was never seen on the board because they are a moon. They want to be unknown. The reason why I say that, because there is an actual portal in Arizona that comes straight out in Giza. And if you go, you'll know when you get close to it, because all these motherfuckers with black suits and black ties on white shirts gonna come from out of nowhere. You ain't gonna see, where the fuck did you just come from? They there, securing the area to keep you from finding out. That's why he said that Arizona is the back to Africa, the back of Africa. It's because it's a portal. It's a portal. I've been saying this. It's a portal in Arizona that goes directly to Giza, where you don't have. It's like walking from one room into the next. You're on the other side of the goddamn planet, right? And I want you to know that. I don't got no problem with telling you to, because half motherfuckers ain't gonna go try to find it no way. And the other half, only a couple of them gonna go. The rest of them just gonna talk about it. Yep. So the Tina Turner, that was another flip. And that was an Oracle flip. And then the Oracle flipped a light bulb that had a computer chip in it. How in the fuck do a light bulb have a computer chip? A circuit board. That's a listening device, right? So it's an eavesdrop off of a light. They trying to slide in. That is not going to happen, right? And the Oracle got the golden eye. The golden eye is the one who clearly can see what they see, you know. Jim Brown was one of the chiefs. He was a guerrilla clan. He from off the same clan as Big Tookie, but he got a what you call a secondary clan, the Browns. The Browns was the biggest clan in the Midwest. That's why the Cleveland Indians and the Cleveland Browns. It's the Brown Indians, right? And they went to fight the Gullah Wars, and they were intermingling with other tribes, and Jim Brown just came out a Brown that fall under the Guerrilla Clan. And so this is why he was strong as a fucking bull, right? So just a lot of this stuff, y'all, if I had like a dry erase board, I'd be up to showing y'all all kind of shit. But just remember, when y'all see somebody trying to tear somebody down, find out if they got a motive first before you take sides, right? I'm in here minding my own goddamn business. If I'm a fucking predator, why am I in the same goddamn spot? Right? And they coming to me a predator. Make that shit make sense with your smart ass. I'm the predator, but you coming to me. And I'm a predator. And you coming to me. Clean across the country. To me. Y'all just can't think out of your... Well, that just don't make no sense. I am a predator, though. I prey on predators. Them rotten motherfuckers. And if somebody is not a dirtbag, I'm going to tell you they're not a dirtbag. That's why you'll never hear me say nothing bad about Ellie. I don't give a fuck what she say. She a vice lord. She supposed to left bump me if she's trying to bump me straight. Right? She's trying to get me a message. I'm going to get the message, and it ain't going to take me long to pick it up. Right? And Big Mama sent her to do something. She did it. All these other motherfuckers just talking. They just talking behind somebody without knowing what they talking about. You can't talk behind people that come with half-ass information. I really try not to look into Jamie Foxx's situation because I really don't want to know. In the modern sense of will we need an armed forces? Probably not. But will we maintain some type of military training for the boys and the men? Probably so. We probably will have some type of military style training for females too, just to have the training. It's better to be a warrior in the garden than the gardener in the war. You gotta remember that. So you gotta always be mentally prepared for combat and hope that you never have to use what you prepared for. It's better to be in that position. It's better to have money and not need it than to need it and not to have it. It's better to get caught with a pistol when you don't need it than not get caught with that motherfucker when you do need it. So you got to learn how to put things in their proper context. Just because we might not be fighting war, don't mean that we won't have warrior training. Something about warrior training also is character development. And a lot of people don't know that. Emmett Till's tribal name was Chief Littlehorn. And he was supposed to be the one that whistled the battle cry. That's why they killed him before he became an adult and figured out who he was. Go back and watch the movie. Some niggas came and got Emmett Till and blamed it on some pink people. They was the Black Hand. Right? Don't forget, watch these posts I'm going to put up. I'm going to put some posts up. I'm going to show y'all. They had Negro KKK members before they had pale skin KKK. That came from Barcelona, Spain with the Tudors. That was part of their conquest mechanism. So when we overran Ellis Island with half of Europe, right, in order to overrun these institutions that they was blocking us out of with pale faces, so we sent a whole bunch of pale face derelicts in there that we cleaned them up. In lack of a better way to say it, we cleaned them up. But they went in there and they got all that shit out, and some of them took over the KKK, right? And now it's a primarily modern so-called white man, pale skin European organization. But that's not what they started out as. It was a secret Masonic order. The Klan is directly tied to the secret societies that fall under what we know as Adam Weishaupt's Illuminati, more Zionist Jewish affiliation. All that shit was created to just usurp us. They lost, we won. They can kiss my ass. If not, they can kiss yours. It don't matter to me, as long as they kiss somebody's ass on their way out. I don't care who ass they kiss. Right? I want to hear motherfucking guillotine concerto, orchestra of guillotines. I want to rap to the beat of the guillotines dropping on these motherfuckers. But they want to do shit like firing squads and hang a motherfucker. No, I want the head to roll. I want it to fall in the basket and pop out the basket and roll down to somebody in the front row feet. Public execute their ass. Same way they used to do us when we used to rebel from them trying to tell us what to do with our shit on our shit. They came in our house and told us what to do. And half of us still want to go along to get along. We with that shit. Half of us some go along, get along ass motherfuckers. You gotta remember, leaders are not common in the community. Leaders are not common. Leaders is few and far between. Don't nobody want to sign up for that job, especially no leader for us. Don't nobody want to sign up for that job. All our leaders got the same motherfucking consequence. Disgraced and murdered. Or murdered then disgraced. Or disgraced, murdered, and disgraced again. It don't matter. But why would you want to lead somebody when that's the only result we getting? Somebody got a different result somewhere. I ain't participating. Fuck them people. Yeah. They sent all, look, this is what they do. If they can't send a nigga in there to mislead you and give you some false information, they gonna try to send an old rotten ass bitch in there to pull you and drag you down. It's the same tactic. This shit never changes. I don't have nothing to do with Grandmaster Jay. I don't know that man. I don't know nothing about him. All I know is he was Rise of the Moors and his ass was locked up. And if y'all was really doing what you said you was doing, you should have been out. That's all I got to say about that. Because that's not my business. That had nothing to do with me. I'm not a Moor. I'm motherfucking Mississippi clay dirt walking. Yeah. So, I mean, look, a leader is going to find a way for the most amount of people to reap the greatest benefit. A leader is going to fight for motherfuckers that's not going to fight for him. You got to think about the audacity of a leader to fight for a motherfucker that definitely won't fight for him. They will fight his ass for fighting for them. They will tear him down for trying to get them what's rightfully theirs. This is what leaders got to go through. That's why don't nobody want to be our leader. Don't none of the chiefs want the position. That shit is birthrighted on us, thrust up on us by the laws of nature. Nobody want that shit. What you want me to say about Mark Christopher? He said what the fuck he said. They shit closed. That's it. He right, they wrong. He told them, he put them on notice. Just a matter of time before it's carried out. All of this stuff is in the public domain. All this stuff is in the public domain. Ain't none of this shit no secret. We all watching this shit play out, but everybody can't see it because they occupied with, I gotta go get my daughter some Pampers. I need to go pick my babies up from school. I got to be at work at 6:30 in the morning. I don't gotta do none of that. All I gotta do is sit right here and keep telling y'all where to look at until y'all done seen enough to know that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm the baddest motherfucker ever born without even trying to be. I didn't want this shit. I didn't pick this shit, pick me. I didn't pick this shit. They just said I was solid 7-4 to the world, blow, so you got to step up and motherfucking knock a homer for us, cause you tonight, number 7, been stepping across the board. Now you're going to flip they 7s and make they 7s L's and our L 7s. Now they fuck, because we hitting jackpots around this bitch. Cha-ching. Ka-cha-ching. Right? So when they can't make you perform the way they want you to perform, they have a full-blown tantrum. Call you everything but the child of God. Have a full-fledged tantrum on you. Falsely accuse you about some shit, pick somebody else's shit up and run with it, and don't none of them motherfuckers know you for real. Right? So when you be wondering why, go back and look. Who took Garvey down? Some niggas. Who took Du Bois down? Some niggas. Who took down the Mau Mau? Some niggas. Jomo Kenyatta punk ass. Right? Who took down Patrice Lumumba? Some niggas. Who took down Maurice Bishop? Some niggas. All of the great leaders that rise up with powerful messages of liberation, some niggas killed them and blame Whitey. But they didn't kill him from a distance. They killed them with their own hand, but we all blame Whitey. Who the fuck is Whitey? Whitey ain't even white. Fred Hampton's a nigga. Nigga drew look, that nigga went the extra mile. He actually drew the layout of the insides of the apartment. He wouldn't even make them motherfuckers go down to the city hall and pull the record. He drew it for them. They didn't even have to go down. They didn't even have to make a call to city hall and say, yeah, I need the blueprint for the apartment buildings on this street. Send me the blueprint over. And they'd have had a courier get on the bike, drive 4 blocks, and nope, that nigga drew a picture. The nigga drew a picture. This is how his house is laid out. This X is where he's sleeping at, right? Shout out to Big Flintstone, the young chairman in the house. Flintstone, I met him in when he was fighting a case where they say he bombed a Korean store. And I met him in Cook County Jail right before about 6 months before they extradited me back to Michigan for my case. And I had a talk with him. And I was like, I sure love to help this brother, but he just talk entirely too goddamn much. He don't want to hear nothing nobody else saying. He just want to hear himself talk. That's what I was thinking at the time. But I didn't even take into consideration he was a youth, a child that was thrust into a grown-ass man's position early in his life, being the son of Fred Hampton. And when I really sat down and analyzed that shit, I was like, damn, Flintstone, I can't even imagine. You got a father with some iconic status like that, and now you got to try to figure out what move to make next on this path to liberation and righteousness. Happy birthday to King David. It's a little late, but King David, king of all kings, which was the chief of all chiefs on this land, they came over there with that king shit. We had chiefs. They came over here with princes and nobles, right? We had chiefs and scout chiefs. Developing chiefs was called scout chiefs until they got what's called a full war bonnet. Then you had they was war chiefs when they had a full war bonnet. You can only get that given to you from your tribe if you're a general, a military-minded individual, and you can use whatever strategies of military that you deem is functional for victory, and nobody can't say nothing to you because they trusted you to give you the war bonnet. They got to let you you got to live or die by your decision. You have to stand on that decision. You have to stand on that decision, and what right, wrong, or indifferent, you the one have to live with it. Yeah. So the chiefs that had what we call the dragon bonnet, right? Those were the highest chiefs you could get. You got what's called a dragon bonnet, which is, it looked like a war bonnet, but the feathers run all the way down your back onto the ground and drag behind you like a long dragon tail. Those are the highest of the high chiefs. They only call them in times of great turmoil. We was in times of great turmoil, so they said, fuck the bullshit. Go shoot straight for the top, call the baddest motherfucker ever born, and we gonna see what his name gonna be in this lifetime. It wasn't Nimrod this time. It wasn't Hanuman this time. It wasn't Sun Wukong this time. It wasn't Quetzalcoatl this time. It wasn't Kukulkan this time. This time, it was Rod Hayes, a.k.a. Morpheus Mysticus Magus, emissary of light, redeemer of the righteous, the terror to the scourge of the earth. In the words of Genghis Khan, you must be guilty of great sins. Had you not been, Big Mama wouldn't have put me on your motherfucking ass. Y'all must be some rotten motherfuckers, or y'all wouldn't see me. When y'all see me, it was some real foul-ass motherfuckers hiding somewhere, doing the dirt. And it was based in the conjure, because the only thing, the conjure is my primary function. Make everybody close their conjures out, right? Portia Green was the one had the shattered mirror spell. Bitch, close that shit out. She closed it out, right? But all of they not closing it out because it's the right thing to do. They closing it out because I'm binding them up with the truth. I put so much truth around them and make them agree to do what's right so hard to now they can't back down. They have to do what's right, and that's close that conjure, right? So shattering that mirror on the crossroads to break up the daughters of Mama Wata, the Sybil priestess, and try to make them all go schizophrenic. I see that shit. That shit don't work on me. I'm not one of the priestesses. I'm firstborn of the earthborn, parthogenic son of the great mother. Ain't nothing you motherfuckers can do. Put your hands up, come out backwards, and bow down and put your hands behind your head, lock your fingers like you finna bow down to the police, bitch. Cause there's not, y'all not, I'm just gonna tell the truth. Mama said just stand in position and right and tell the truth. Shame the goddamn devil. Put his motherfucking ass on the level, right? And when you put him on the level, you level him off. Man, look. The tribes is back. That's all y'all need to know. The tribes is back. These motherfuckers came over here with that bullshit. Now they getting sent back somewhere. I don't give a fuck where they go. They can't stay here. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if they leave the planet. I don't give a fuck if the motherfuckers leave the solar system, the galaxy, whatever the fuck they do. They not staying over here. They getting the fuck from over here. We didn't have no prisons till they built them over here. We didn't need them. Why we didn't need prisons? Because we raised our children to be proper and responsible adults. And these motherfuckers come over, they been to turn Big Mama house into a plantation, stole the property under a sharecropper agreement, and everybody fell for that slave narrative bullshit. There's two kinds of niggas. Them fraud motherfuckers and these real motherfuckers. And these real motherfuckers ain't scared to kill motherfuckers, but we'd rather heal motherfuckers, if you understand what I'm saying. Some of them rotten motherfuckers will kill a motherfucker before they heal a motherfucker because that's how they operate. That's how they roll. Right? I ain't want no parts of this shit. My mama said, you ain't training for nothing. I said, Mama, I don't know what the fuck these people's problem is, but they really stuck. She said, you figured out you smart. My mama ain't that goddamn smart. Shit. Oh, you smart enough. God ain't gonna put no more on you. I ain't know she was talking about herself. God ain't gonna put no more on you. In other words, son, I'm not gonna tell you to do more than you're capable of doing. I know you're capable of getting the job done, so just go ahead and do what you gotta do to figure out the problem. And get your sisters their shit. So, I don't give a fuck. My give a fuck meter don't move very often. Right? And I've been trying to tell people, look, this is what we got to do. Now, all we got to do is wait. All we got to do now is wait. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Right? So, sit back. Let these motherfuckers continue, this system continue to fall. When it's get done falling, our shit come online. When our shit come online, structures is going to be different. Right? And the people that they was villainizing, like El Chapo, he the fucking chief. El Chapo was the chief. His son is the chief in absentia. His dad ain't there. By proxy. He's filling in for the old man. They down there fucking with him. Okay, you got away with Chapo. You not finna do it twice. They not gonna keep falling for the same banana in the tailpipe. Chapo didn't even know what was going on till he got to Ad Max and talked to Larry Hoover and Angel Bay, and he was like, oh, fuck. I didn't know that. Shit, I didn't know Larry Hoover knew Spanish. Shit. But apparently he do. Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber. If you read the manifesto, the man was 100% right, everything he said. But because they villainized him and drew a picture of him and turned his family against him, they rendered him ineffective in accomplishing the goal to stop this motherfucking rogue system from taking advantage of the people. He's seen what he's seen. He ain't gonna stay in there. You not gonna keep, nope. Ted Kaczynski gonna be walking right with, they be like, how the fuck he get out? He was fighting for your dumb ass. That's how he got out. Right? It's a whole lot of them in there that don't look like us, that was fighting for us, that's political prisoners based on their stance to support the organic people of this land that look like me to regain our shit. And they don't look like us. They're Europeans that went in, infiltrated, got the information, found out, and decided to give aid and assistance to righteous brothers in a righteous endeavor to reclaim what's rightfully theirs by the law of right in a territory that's called the land of God. They don't call this motherfucking God's country for no apparent reason. Like, that's just something they just decided to call it. It's beautiful land all over earth, but this God's country. Think about that shit. It's beautiful lands all over earth, but America is God's country. The great melding pot where everybody can come. Send your refuse. Send your orphans, your neglected, your downtrodden, your rejected. And we took in some motherfuckers that had problems that we wasn't prepared for. When they came, this is how they got down on us. They royalty, blood rights, outranked the royalty that was reigning at the moment under the papal orders of the Unum Sanctums. And the doctrine of discovery and the white man's burden being utilized as protocols of Zion and morals and dogma to subjugate us and make us, give us misdirection, lead us to believe that the motherfucking people that's here came from somewhere else. Right? We all supposed to came from Africa. Motherfucker, I asked Mama Earth where I come from, and she said, you Mississippi clay dirt walking. I asked my mama, was we ever slaves in our family? She said, baby, that shit don't got nothing to do with us. I asked my daddy, he said, no, we were sharecroppers. We owned land, but we had to go to Mr. Shackleford in order to get the supplies to farm the land, because they didn't know back then what we know now. We know back then the reason they were sharecroppers is because if they caught you saving seeds for next year, they burn your barn down. So you got to buy them every year. You couldn't stock up and store your own seeds. This is how they killed the sharecroppers. They used the sharecropping contracts to foreclose on properties because they was giving them absorbent interest rates on the sharecropping. It's the same shit they do to record artists under the system of Hollywood and the actors. They come in, they use their skill set, their talent, and then they steal their masters so they don't never have to pay them and leave all of the artists broke and destitute. Now, if you notice, the pattern does not restrict just to the artists that look like us, right? It's just that some of them was more valuable, so they gave them better contracts, right? Like when them niggas killed Sam Cooke had it. He was the first, SARS record was the first black artist, as they called him, to set up his own record label. He set it up with two Greeks, and the two Greeks end up hooking up with a guy named Bobby Womack. And Bobby Womack, that nigga come to Sam Cooke funeral. This is audacity, right? This is how the Dirty Moors operate, though. He come to Sam Cooke funeral, dressed in Sam Cooke's suit, driving Sam Cooke car with Sam Cooke's wife. And then I think it was like some months after that, they got married, right? And then he went on tour. He got caught in Chicago. Sam Cooke brothers pistol whipped him to his knees, right? Then he wasn't done fucking Sam Cooke yet. He still got one more play to play. So when he ended up getting divorced from Sam Cooke's ex-wife, which is now his wife, because he was fucking Sam Cooke's daughter, trying to get in that family line. Dirty bastard. But this is how they did so they could get his masters. They wanted to get, so the Greeks wanted to control the record company, and Bobby Womack wanted his wife and his daughter. Apparently, because that's what happened. So you look at it in retrospect, you could say, well, that's what happened. Right? But this is a commonplace in Hollywood. It's always a motherfucker that look like us that they send to do dirt to us in Hollywood. Right? That's why Jimmy Henchman bitch ass is the one who pushed the button on Tupac at Quad Studios, and he said it. Queen for a day. Go look it up. I posted that shit too. Them dirty Moors. All you think he named this shit Tsar Entertainment? The Tsars is the old black Russian families, right? Tsar Nicholas was the cat's paw or the figurehead of the royal family of um Khazarians, which the term Tsar is the root word to, who was the Indo-Caucasoid they was an admixture of Blackamoors and Caucasoid from the Caucasus. And when you say Caucasoid, you don't even know these motherfuckers had pink skin and afros. Go back and do your Caucasian research. The original Caucasian had from melanated brown to high yellow skin with afros. The original Caucasians, the cave dwellers. That's because the description they gave us was that they was bred over a 600-year period by Yaqub and his agents. Yaqub agents was niggas, Moors. Yaqub is Jacob. Jacob is the underminer. The underminer is the supplanter. The supplanter is the one coming to replace that which was already planted. We firmly rooted Mississippi redwood to Florida cypress to juniper trees to motherfucking weeping willows to motherfucking oaks. We all over this bitch. They chopped all our trees down and sent somebody named Johnny Appleseed to plant seeds for apple trees in this place. We don't have no problem with apples, but goddamn it, couldn't he plant some plums and some goddamn peaches too? Right? So when you're looking at this shit, you're looking at the story the elders tell you, do the layover. It's some basic comparative analysis. When they say something, they don't always mean follow exactly what I said. Get the keys out of this shit. Unlock these gates and let the motherfucking people free. That's what we trying to tell you. Look, Noble Drew Ali was the first Moorish American. Ain't no doubt about it, he was the first Moorish American, and he hated Moors more than anybody else. Why you say that, Rod? Cause he said you motherfuckers wasn't gonna make it. He said he could count the hand. Out of all of the Moors he met, apparently he only met 2 of them that he thought could probably find some kind of benefit to being over here and develop into some kind of proper human. Them rotten, blood-sucking motherfuckers. So he say, the only thing that'll surprise me is if a Moor do right. Who the fuck he talking about? The only thing that'll surprise me is if a Moor do right. Who is he talking about? Why would he be surprised if a Moor do right? So he expect them motherfuckers to do some dirt somewhere. Everywhere they go. He even told them, keep your wrongdoing out the eyesight of the pup. That means stop going around fucking with people. See, you get a dirty Moor nationality card, he goes flashing in everybody's face. You give a righteous Moor his self-identity back, fuck that card, I'm in your face. That's the difference. See, the dirty Moor, he'll throw a flag up, right? But if that flag hit the ground, you can't let the flag hit the ground. It's the law of the flag. So people keep asking me to comment on this nigga in the truck with the red flag, talking about he a Moor and he's sovereign. And then he pulled off in his pickup truck and turned the corner. If what he was saying was true, at the point where he got out to get that flag off the ground, he lost the war. That battle was over with when that flag hit the ground according to the law of the flag. That's a surrender in war or a defeat if the flag hit the ground. So and definitely the flag hit the ground. So when he made that left turn, y'all don't see what happened when the police made that left turn behind his ass. They wasn't finna go out there and slaughter his ass in front of all them people. But you better believe that nigga got his ass arrested around the corner. They ain't scared of him. I don't know who the Negro is. He just was sitting in his white pickup truck holding the Moorish flag out the window, telling them they don't got no jurisdiction to say nothing to them. Or probably just a traffic stop, and they was like, why is this nigga clowning like this? And they was standing there looking. They looking at the people around, and this dude clowning. They probably thought he had a mental disorder or something, because he sounded like he was slightly off his ticker to to them. The way they responded to him, like he was a mental patient. And he dropped the flag. Then he pulled up the truck, and he got out to get the flag off the ground. If he was standing on his law of the flag as a Moor, he would have knew that when that flag hit the ground, he lost the battle. They can seize him now. I don't know what happened when he bent the corner, because they didn't follow him. The police followed him, but the people that was filming didn't follow to see the conclusion. But I guarantee you they locked his motherfucking ass up. I can guarantee you that. Drop that flag. Nigga, imagine being over there in Iraq and they tell you if you drop the flag that you gonna be a prisoner of war. And then you drop the flag. You can't drop the flag. It's the law of the flag. Look that shit up. Don't believe me. All that shit was deception at its highest. It probably was staged if they let him go for real. It probably was staged the whole time. You see, the rise of the Moors was riding around dressed like they was ready for war. Had a long ass standoff on the freeway with the police. Then they surrendered. Look, nigga. Look. That's why you don't see me out there fucking with them niggas. Because if we booted and suited for war, and these are the imposters on the land, and I know that, nigga, when they pull up, I'm letting it ride. You might as don't. That's why I don't fuck around with them motherfuckers, because they had your ass either dead or up under the penitentiary somewhere without no outdates. Because what they be doing is charging us up to run headlong into a problem that we can't solve with war. We can't solve birthright with bullets. You got to assert your birthright, pretender to the throne, gain and go out, teach the people until they educate themselves out of the condition. That's what we be doing. Educate yourself out of the condition, right? So they tell you, you got to get your nationality. Do you know that in order to be a national, you have to be a citizen? And in order to be a citizen, you have to be in your straw man capacity? And in your straw man capacity, you have no human rights? You only have civil rights? And civilis mortis means civilly dead, you black motherfuckers? More mean black? Man, y'all. Black nobility is the white man. Europe's black nobility. I'm finna post these receipts after this. So y'all make sure y'all go through my posts, because I'm finna post these receipts about the black nobility and all that shit, the whitewashing and all that shit, these motherfucking frauds, whitewashing the history books, trying to make it so we can kill Whitey, while these niggas standing next to us talking about kill Whitey, and all the time he the goddamn white man. This nigga telling us to kill Whitey is the white man. This nigga telling us to kill Whitey is the white man. This nigga gonna infiltrate our organization, try to get close as he can to the top. If he can, he's gonna try to establish a coup and I'll overthrow the leader. We've been thoroughly infiltrated in every motherfucking organization we ever set up by motherfuckers that look like us. Stop blaming somebody y'all call the white man. That's the trick, divide and conquer. Why you think Larry Hoover, Angel Bay, and Big Tookie is making alliances with bikers? They got MC13 certification. Right? Y'all don't even know what that means. That's the mother charter of the Queen Mother. 13 is the number of the Queen Mother. The MC mean Mother's Charter. They write every biker gang that's legitimate got MC13 somewhere on they colors. Cause they certified to roam the land as nomads on steel horses. They used to ride horses until motorcycles became popular. And they replaced the great motorcycle called the Indian with the Harley Davidson, right? Trying to usurp the people of everything we do. They tear our shit down and then they replace it with the same shit, but they make it of a lesser quality because they can't produce the same quality we produce just by producing what we produce by nature. This just the difference in us. We the salt of the earth. You can believe you came from Africa. Some of us did come from Africa. All I don't mind y'all that came from Africa being here. I just want y'all to get the fuck out the way while we claiming our shit. You can go be as unapologetically African as you want to. You can take your ass back to Africa if you want to. Just while these motherfucking natives, organic to the land, Mississippi clay dirt, Louisiana bayou, second line marching motherfuckers is getting their shit back. Just don't get in the way. You don't have to be, if you don't feel like you are organic to this land, you don't have to participate in this fight, but you do got to get the fuck out the way before you get ran the fuck over. It's not personal. This is just a family matter that the family is handling with all of the parts of the family being involved. We don't see nobody different until they prove themselves to be different. When you prove yourself to be different, now you're going to get treated different with indifference. So the difference that you're going to be treated with is the indifference to the difference that you act with. I mean that you're going to get exactly what the fuck you earn fucking with these clans over here. Some of you motherfuckers deserve to get scalped. Some of you motherfuckers deserve to be skinned alive. Packed with motherfucking salt, with alcohol thrown on your motherfucking festering salt burning ass and set on fucking fire to run down the street. But Big Mama said we can't torture you motherfuckers this time. See, that's fucking up the energy of the planet. Well, get them the fuck away from me. This shit better be over when I get to the motherfucking to the big house for the big dance. I won't see them motherfuckers. Don't bring the motherfuckers to shake my motherfucking hand and you know they dirty. Cause you know I'm gonna sense that shit. And if I sense that shit, I'm telling you I'm gonna fuck them up on the spot. And if I fuck them up, I'm pretty sure it's going to be some Crips, some Bloods, some Vice Lords, some GDs, some BDs, some motherfucking Stones, some Satin Disciples, Maniac Disciples, some Insane Gangsters, some Hells Angels, some Los El Diablos, and some motherfucking MS-13. All the motherfuckers going to be on that motherfucking head if I get... I'm telling you, man. Y'all can't keep falling for the same banana in the tailpipe. I'm showing y'all the way out. I can give you the game. I can't force you to take it. And this shit is filled with success, and I hope you make it. It took me years to learn this shit, and I'm giving it to y'all motherfuckers. Just giving you game. And the end run around the game is the gig is up. They bust the shot. They missed. I hit the target with the receipt. I'm not in this shit. I'm not playing the game. I'm playing for keeps. There is no possibility of failure or loss. It's not gonna happen. So y'all can jack y'all slacks. Y'all can come with, Mama told me if you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing something right, son. You better make some enemies somewhere. If you don't got no haters, you ain't doing, the obstacle is a way, says Ryan Holiday. If there is no obstacle, it's a trap. Everything that look good ain't good. Everything smell good ain't fresh. I'm just saying. You just can't allow people to run roughshod without putting their ego in check sometime. Right? I ain't even launched the attack. The code of the sniper is one shot, one kill. I was only aiming at the motherfucker that was aiming at me. I'ma shoot their ass through the scope that they pointed at me. All I'm gonna do is stand in the position of right, tell the truth, and shame the goddamn devil every goddamn time. I don't have to do nothing else. I don't gotta get out and go marching down the street. For what? If I tell y'all we finna go march, y'all better be loaded, cause I'm busting something when I get there. I'm not finna do that dumbass shit. Right? So they whitewash history. They fed us lie after lie. They kept so much shit in that secret squirrel shit. Secret squirrel is secret agent shit. And thought we weren't gonna never figure out who was us doing the dirt and how they was getting to. I know how to read too goddamn good. I started off illiterate. And I taught myself how to read. Now, I'm speed bag bumbling your motherfucking ass with the truth. Hitting your ass 210 to the chin, and that's a KO. That's a Mike Tyson knock, right? That's a Julian Jackson drop. Motherfucker, come get some if you want some, but just remember to come get some, you better be big and bad enough to take some, because you're going to leave with more than what you came for. It's just the law of the goddamn game. And the game is life, right? And life is 5 letters, unless it's 4, right? So when you start looking at these motherfuckers, looking at you like you the mark they motherfucking ass. So later on, when they come at you, you got your motherfucking receipts, right? Everybody can't see above their pay grade. Oppression is atmospheric. That means the stronger you is, the longer you can stay at the bottom until you get tired of being down there. Then, like rain or like precipitation, you evaporate to the higher levels of the oppressive regime until you get to see who at the top. You have to be totally dissatisfied with the oppression in order to rise totally up to see above the oppressor. And that's how you look the goddamn devil in the eye. That's a Napoleon Hill knock on outthinking the devil. Outwitting the devil. You got to think better than the devil think. And the devil, all he is 4-bit quantum encrypted artificial intelligence fucking with a 19-point quantum encrypted 4th dimensional matrix minded God. He can't keep up. He can't keep up. So they can send whoever they want to send. Y'all got to do better than that next time. Y'all got to do better than that next time. Ain't none of them, the first bit you sent wasn't good enough, and the last bit you sent wasn't no better. You're not going to never get me on that shit. You're not going to never get me on that shit. My mama prepared me for this shit too goddamn good. She said, we got to get our shit back. You got to get your brothers and sisters shit back. So my sisters getting their shit back is how I get my brother's shit back. 50 niggas knocked for 50 sisters. And I'm the motherfucker that's my sister's keeper. So whether they SOS, whether they Peace Zone, whether they motherfucking Morris Consulate, whether they MGT, GCC, they coming for they shit. And I'm kicking the doors down for them to have it. Anybody don't like it, take it personal as you like. Take it as personal as you like. And when you get done, you just took it personal for nothing. You should have turned that shit into a joke. See, when we was crying, y'all was laughing. Now what you motherfuckers gonna do? We ain't crying no more. Now what you motherfuckers gonna do? Y'all can't laugh no more. Because when you thought we was the butt of the joke, there was a butt in the joke. But in the joke was, we ain't the ones. You fuck with the wrong clans on the wrong land in order to lay down your black hand. Right? So, with that, since I'm going to try one more time to let somebody in here. And I'm just going to hit about 5 different ones. Check y'all requests and see if it's telling you to accept it. Because, let me see how many I got. Okay, I sent 4 people an invite to come in I'm still sending them. Let's see, anybody else in there? Okay. So everybody that's in the request box, I just accepted for y'all to come in on the live, and I don't think it's gonna let y'all in. I think this just some public service announcement shit that had to get put out into the public domain. Cause people be like, why you ain't saying that? Why in the fuck would I address that dumbass bullshit when I got receipts? I'll just wait till enough people get tired of hearing it, then I'll go ahead and show y'all the receipts. They look like us. They not us. They from the royal families of Europe. They invaded the Americas because they got kicked out of Europe for fucking babies, eating babies, Babylonian blood magic, Babylonian sex magic, Babylonian money magic. Been held us in a warlock for 400 years of a protracted struggle. Close the gate on they bitch ass. Close the gate on them. Slam their fingers in the gate. Sick the dogs on them. Something. Don't just stand there and look at them coming in the gate as 100% fraud and you motherfuckers won't say nothing. Y'all sit there and watch motherfuckers do the dirt and won't say nothing to them for doing the dirt. Mama said the sealer is bad as the stiller. That mean if you keep it a secret when you know that it was wrong, it show you just as much at fault as the motherfucker that did the dirt. So you gonna be just as privy to his motherfucking reward as he would be to yours for not telling. So whenever he did his dirt, you should have made sure you told that motherfucker that you wanted to get cut in on that shit. If you go out like that, you might as well get something for your motherfucking efforts. You motherfuckers keep running up on motherfuckers. Y'all need to stop taking kindness for weakness. I'm a strategist. I've been studying military strategy for motherfucking 40 years. Why the fuck would you motherfuckers want to try me? Cause y'all think cause I look like Rod the Madman that I'm not Morpheus the motherfucking general. Well, you just got your motherfucking lights turned off. And it ain't personal. And it still ain't enough to give a fuck. My give a fuck, I don't have none. Like, I'm not trying to tear nobody down. I'm not trying to get in nobody else's mix. All I'm trying to do is tell my people, we from over here, they from over there. They said after 200 years, we wouldn't be able to tell us over here from them over there. But they don't love like we love. Where we use love to teach and nurture our children, they use fear to suppress and subjugate the children. Where we use generosity and open arms, they use selfishness, self-centeredness, and turn their motherfucking back on a motherfucker. That's how they operate. And then they teach our kids to act like that. Our kids can only act like that for so long and then they don't feel right no more. They don't want to do it no more. So they don't have to. See, they've been switching our babies in the hospital with stillborns so they can give the families of the imposters children from our families to raise, thinking that they can use the nurture to overcome the nature of the child. But the nature has to be nurtured in order for it to go the right way. And if you don't properly nurture the nature, you can't properly get the nature from the nurture. Y'all motherfuckers is mixing the chicken with the egg and y'all don't know which one came first. They cohabit together. You can't have one without the other. You gotta have the nature and the nurture. You gotta be a good motherfucker to produce good motherfuckers. If you's a rotten motherfucker, you gonna produce rotten motherfuckers. You know? So, a motherfucker say what they want to say, do what they want to do. But at the end of the day, Big Mama sent us to do our job to get this shit back. I'm not backing down. I'm just telling it like it is. Right now, I'm just letting y'all know so y'all won't get caught off guard, but it's still going to be a whole bunch of us caught off guard. I call that the shock and awe. Sooner or later, it's got to happen. Right? Rizza Islam say on the 3rd, they spilling the beans on everything. I want to see what he talking about. You know? So, it's a lot of shit going on. The banks fall on the 3rd, on the 1st, exposure on the 3rd. They got the Haitian World Cup. World Cup. The World Cup is the cup of the sacrifice of the saints of the world, and it's played out in simulated sports fashions to let you know that the rightful heirs have been redeemed. When they win the World Cup, they're going to have Oshun ceremonies all over the island of Haiti. By that time, barbecue going to be to cleanse the land. Him and his crew and his associates or other clans on the land, they're going to be to clean Haiti up. By then, it's all synchronized. This shit is working like clockwork. The government, DeSantis telling you don't come to Florida. The NAACP telling you don't come to Florida, but Florida got the highest motherfucking rate of people moving to Florida. Because Florida the fucking finish line. We already beat the French. We just had to get past the Spanish. And the Spanish was the conquistadors, which were the Tudors who came to conquer. So I showed you, bitch was a Tudor. I mean, it is what it is. So, Trump the Trump card, Trump the spokesman. He's speaking, watch his tie. You know if he's speaking out the Red House or the Blue House. When you come with the Red House message, he'll wear a red tie. When you come with a Blue House message, he'll wear a blue tie. This is York right, Scottish right. The Royal Arc degree will be a purple tie. That means he's talking to all lodges. If you wear a black and gold tie, he's talking from Big Mama house. So, I haven't seen him in the black and gold tie yet. I have seen him in the purple tie, I believe. And I've seen him in the red and the blue one. Right? The green tie is the Earth Lodge. That's speaking for the sisters in the Nation of Gods and Earths. It's a 5% knock. He from New York, so he know the motherfucking lingo. He hung out with the rappers that was coming up in his day. Yo, motherfucking Run DMCs, LL Cool J's, all them. Right? Hollywood, New York player. Underground stepper. Right? So, they can say what they want. You can't stop what's coming. And that ain't no Q drop. That's just a straight ride drop. You can't stop what's coming. We passed all of the tests. Every test they pushed our way, or my way, I don't fail no test. Even if it looked like I failed, that was the outcome that the test was supposed to produce in order for me to be able to use that shit as part of the come up. See, so say what they want to say, do what they want to do. All they got to do is fucking move. Get the fuck out the way. Right? All you motherfucking $2.50 Indians who ain't even real $5 Indians, Johnny come latelys, they keep talking about y'all hope these nappy head African face motherfuckers with this Choctaw chocolate skin shut the fuck up. Y'all gonna be living on a goddamn boat in the middle of the ocean with no land to live on. Nigga, y'all better learn how to fish. I'm gonna tell you that. Because if you don't want us to reclaim our shit, we don't want you here. Anybody that's belligerent to the tribes of the land, it's not personal. We don't want you on our land. We don't want you in our house. If you can't respect the rules of the house and the motherfucker that's ahead of the house, get the fuck out. Leave. Because you're not going to stop us from getting what's ours. That shit is done. They been knew who I was from birth, just like I know who they is. They look like us, but they ain't us. But I ain't in this motherfucker to fuss. I'm just here to tell it like it is. Stand in position right, tell the truth. Bust them in their head with these motherfucking truth bombs. So, with that, it's my bedtime. I'm about to roll me a fat one and call it a night. I might not need a roll now. Oh, I didn't even know he was speaking tonight. Look, they can't go back where they came from because they disassociated themselves from the people of the land over there already. So the people over there feel the same way about them that we do. You motherfuckers can't stay here, but I don't care where you go. If they want to be belligerent to us, they can't stay here. We done with that motherfucking rounding our children up and putting them in cages like animals and shit and feeding them to their best friends, all that. We done with that shit. We got a motherfucker participating in it. It's gonna be instant justice. Instant karma on the next group of motherfuckers. We not gonna wait for the shit to get out of hand ever again. Nip that shit in the butt soon as you see it. Motherfucker come, bop them upside the head. If the shit not gonna alter or shake, let that shit go. Whew. And with that, yeah, shout out to all of the ones putting in the work to get it done. Brother Kalai, Sister Rabel, Chief Warhorse, Baina Bello, Brother Forbidden Knowledge, but not like the game. Brother Billy Carson, Brother Rich, Young Elder. This the grand finale, y'all. I'm about to sit back and watch this shit. I might need some popcorn. I think I'm gonna need some popcorn. I might wait till we watch. I gotta get some popcorn before Tribunal TV drop. You know, and I ain't letting no motherfucker replace. These motherfuckers not gonna make me go against what my mama said. I don't give a fuck. They can come with whatever the fuck they want to. They not making me go against what my mama told me. And I know what the fuck my mama said. And my mama ain't led me wrong yet. So fuck you motherfuckers. Kiss my ass. Shout out to Dolo the Pilot Man. That's my dude. I love the way he opened up. Him and Kalai got the hardest openings in the I don't even want to say conscious community because them niggas in the way. Don't be trying to ask none of them so-called conscious niggas to get ride on their I don't want to participate with them motherfuckers. They in the way. I don't want no person, nobody in the way. 90% of these niggas that y'all think is conscious is in the way. ISIS wisdom is in the fucking way. That fraud bitch is in the way. Milking people for their resources for her to be enrich herself. Motherfucking shape-shifting bitch. That bitch watched all Divine Insight shit until she could go and teach that shit like she came up with it on her own. That shit didn't work on me because when she tried to get me to tell the world Larry Hoover was dead, I knew the bitch was a fraud then. And she the highest angelic in the realm, but she don't know who Tahuti is. That's crazy. She the highest angelic in the realm, and she don't know who Tahuti is. Make it make sense. With her walkie-talkie oracle having ass. Get a motherfucker on the phone talking about she an oracle, but she talking to a motherfucker on a walkie-talkie. And motherfuckers falling for that shit. Don't say nothing about Isis wisdom. She divine feminine. That bitch divine masculine in the feminine form. I don't see no feminine. I ain't sure that's a woman, personally. But y'all keep falling for it. Y'all say she went and got certified as a priestess of Oshun by some Babalawo somewhere. I'm like, how the fuck you gonna be a priestess of Oshun in a couple of months? That don't make no sense. You didn't even know who Oshun was last year. Now all of a sudden you a priestess of Oshun. Then all of the ones trying to do what's right, they fuck with them. How do you call yourself righteous And then you talk about all of the righteous people with the right to the land, and you ain't got none of that. But you supposed to be this angelic motherfucker. That's like these niggas running around claiming they God and ain't doing no God shit. They don't even know what gods do that humans don't do. Tell me, what the gods do that humans don't do? Watered down ass motherfuckers. Look, y'all thinking y'all going to get some 100 proof, y'all going to get some motherfucking 12% by volume shit. You might want assorted donuts, but that's probably because I'm a glazed donut. At least that's what the stones say. But I'm telling you, this shit crazy. These people charge them. Look at the price of the Yoni steam. Holy shit. What kind of demons do she got to conjure out of your Yoni for $1,500 to $3,000? Whatever you got in there, you need to see a doctor. You don't need to see no motherfucking... you don't need no Yoni steam for no fucking... That's some doctor shit. That's beyond that. Them some real motherfucking sexually transmitted demons there when you got to spend $1,500 worth of conjure juice to get them out. Mm-mm. You know, karmic cycles. I'm going to clear your karmic cycles. Bitch, what the fuck that even mean? It's only going to cost you $5,000 and I'm going to clear all your karmic cycles. Wait a minute. I thought I was here to clear my karma. How you going to do it? What the fuck? How you going to clear my karmic cycles? I'm the highest angelic in the realm. Bitch, you better not let me catch you walking across the street and I'm driving, because I'm definitely going to step on the gas. I'm going to burn rubber half a block to run your ass over with that bullshit. Frauding the people. You ain't no better than them preachers. Or them imams. Look, half them imams, they over there quiet. Right? Because they done heard me tell them they ain't going to be no more of that marrying 8-year-old girls because Muhammad married Aisha. And we done with that shit. You motherfuckers is tripping. You motherfuckers got these motherfucking women walking around in the 200-degree heat with a black ass hijab on. Like she ain't gonna sweat. Some of them so socially conditioned to that shit, they'll never be able to walk comfortably in public without a hijab on. But I want to burn every fucking mask over here until they burn every veil in the Middle East. For real, for real. That's the most asinine shit I ever heard in my life. You gotta walk down the street covered from head to toe. And you got motherfuckers talk about they pro-black, start out, join the Nation of Islam, convert to Sunni Islam, move to the Middle East so they can marry them little underage girls over there. And then they come back over here and want to try to talk about what we need to be doing over here, but they don't even live here no more. Siraj or Hajj ass type motherfuckers. Run that bitch ass nigga over too. This nigga go over there, he see them motherfuckers catching niggas in slavery in Sudan, Somalia, and Ethiopia. He ain't saying nothing about that shit, but he want to come over here and try to tear down Elijah Muhammad and Minister Farrakhan. And cause he studied the doctrine. Nigga, you ain't studying too goddamn well. You couldn't read the motherfucking codes the messenger was dropping. And this motherfucker don't say nothing to them Arabs. See how they stoning them girls to death because she fell in love with a dude. What the fuck kind of retarded shit is that? Oh, you disgraced the family. I got to stone you to death. You stupid son of a bitch. See, that's the problem. Y'all trying to put Jesus in the jug and expect it to remain Jesus. Put Muhammad in the bottle and still be Muhammad. You can't do that shit. You can't package that shit up and sell it wholesale. The real shit is the real shit. The real shit is that Shakti shit. That divine feminine shit. That big booty black lady shaking her ass in public that you scared of, that move that motherfucking energy. Yeah, that shit. Yeah, Mecca gonna fall. It's gonna either fall or it's gonna rise up with the matriarchs. This shit they doing over there? Nope. Not gonna happen. Especially off that made up Islam by the Catholic Church. Made that up as a motherfucking way to control the motherfucking volatile nature of the Arabs in the Middle East. These motherfuckers got me fucked up. Bilal Phillips. He got nerve to talk about Dr. Malachi, but he can't. They won't let him set his community up in a Middle Eastern country. They told him it's okay for him to move to Barbados. Motherfucker, them motherfuckers in Barbados don't want you sellout motherfuckers coming down there. Shout out to the Goddess Glow Up. Look, healed sisters heal sisters. And the more healed sisters you be around, the faster your healing is accelerated. Right? And they having that in June, right before the World Cup. I'm telling you, all this shit timed so perfect. I don't see how y'all don't see it coming as it's coming in. Right? So they having the Goddess Glow Up. That's an Oshun priestess ritual under a different name. You call it what you want to, but okay, it's the Goddess Glow Up. But it's the Oshun healing ritual of the sisters, and the healed sisters heal the families. All of them that can go need to go. That's just my recommendation. Don't take my word for it. Go check it out for yourself. Go look at the Goddess Glow Up page.